thank you so much, Annie, for doing the podcast. Can you maybe tell the audience who you are, where you work, and a fun fact?
Sure. I'm Annie Lewald, and I work at Stevenson School in Pebble Beach, California. And we are a pre-K through 12 independent school, but we have boarding options, which make it a little bit more like a college. And a fun fact is I love painting rooms. I love painting and I have painted almost every room in my house at this point and removed borders, and it's so much fun.
Are you getting to a certain color palette, or it's just like, I'm just going to paint the room this weekend?
I'm doing Revere pewter in my entire house, and it's because we inherited a 1990s house, or bought a 1990s house, and there was like peach and woolly color and like borders, and it was gross. So that's where we're at.
So you may like painting, or you may just want to live in a nice home. Either way, what's one of those two things? And then what is some advice that you'd give to your younger self starting out?
Yeah, I would really suggest to not be worried about being the smartest person in the room. I think a lot of us that got into Slate got in because someone said, oh, you're really good at this. And then you start working and you start getting promoted to Slate Captain. And then you realize that you are a big fish in a small pond. And then you go to somewhere like a Slate Summit and you're like, oh my gosh, everyone's so much smarter than me. And so to tell myself, like, just soak it in and kind of acknowledge the strengths that you have and acknowledge the weaknesses that you have. And then learn from everybody else. And then one of my coworkers told me, use Slate AI to ask your stupid questions. So I had asked questions that a toddler should not be asking, like of my boss. And I was like, wow, whoa, what could Slate do? And asking stupid questions. So now I've transitioned to asking my stupid questions to Slate AI. And then Slate AI is like, wow, a toddler would know these things. And so it's been really helpful to like acknowledge where I'm really falling short, and then also just like learning a little bit more and being more humbling, but so it's a really helpful tool to use.
I feel like, I also ask Slate AI and ChatGPT and all those things, all the dumb questions, and I made the mistake once of like having it describe me, and now I'm still very self-conscious about what the AI thinks about me now, so don't do that. That's a terrible life decision. But that's such great advice. Thank you so much. Can you tell the audience where they can find you and connect?
Sure. I'm on LinkedIn, and that's pretty much it at this point. Maybe a Facebook user group, the Super Slate users from 1,000 years ago, but I don't look at it very often. So
that's fair. Thank you so much for doing the podcast. Enjoy the rest of Slate.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.